This video is sponsored by Truco Republic, the precious metals experts. Talk to one of their experts today about diversifying your portfolio to help assure your future financial security. Find their contact information in the description below and pinned in our first comment. James Kaufman, World News Report today, July 17th, 2024. God bless you and yours, no matter where you are in the world. Please subscribe, give us a thumbs up, ring that bell for critical future updates. Ladies and gentlemen, after Crooks was positioned on the roof, one cop boosted another cop up to the roof line, only for Crooks to point his weapon at him. At that point, the boosted cop fell. Both of them radioed the threat on a blanket tactical channel before the shooting, on which everyone who was on that tactical channel heard, according to the Butler Township manager, Tom Knights. We're about to listen to him state it in his own words. The boosting officer and the officer that fell were both on the radio, indicating that there was an individual on that roof that did in fact have a weapon, said Knights. There was a blanket tactical channel being used. Everyone who was on that channel heard this information. This means everyone with an earpiece heard this, but Trump was not even removed from the stage. Let's listen to Butler Township manager Tom Knights state it for himself.
Did in fact see an individual on the roof with a weapon.
You saw a shooter?
He did.
Your officers are on patrol. They hear that there is a suspicious person on the rooftop. What did your officers do?
So officers in the area started to converge on the building. My understanding is they did a full perimeter walk of the building. Weren't able to see up on the roof. Two of the officers went to what appeared to be the lowest point from ground to roof. One of the officers actually boosted the second officer up high enough for him to grab hold of the roof. When he was able to pull his head up over the roof, he did in fact see an individual on the roof with a weapon.
You saw a shooter?
He did.
And what did the shooter do?
Turned towards him, had the barrel of his weapon pointed at the officer.
At that point, the officer's hanging on to the
Yes.
side of the roof?
Yes.
Unable to pull a gun out.
Unable
Unable to defend himself. Unable to reach his radio.
any of that. Yeah. Strictly defensive movement for him to lower his head, duck, lost his own grip, right? Fell approximately 8 feet to the ground.
That's a steep drop.
That's a good drop, yes.
Did he get hurt?
He did.
In that moment, did they realize there's a threat right now to the former president?
They did. So both the boosting officer and the officer that fell were both on the radio, indicating that there was an individual on the roof that did in fact have a weapon.
Who did they radio?
So there was a blanket tactical channel being
Everyone
used.
heard it.
Everyone that was on that tactical channel heard it, yes.
How much time between that radio communication and the gun being fired at the former president?
That I don't have that information.
Now let's all remember that after that gun was pointed at the officer, the gunman had to actually, re-scope in on the president, which took quite some time. And this message went out immediately as they hit the ground. And ladies and gentlemen, no one did a thing, period. Trump wasn't even removed from the stage. Not to mention they were taking pictures of the guy 40 minutes beforehand. His parents had already warned the local police. The list goes on and on and on. He had been back and forth to the building 3 times. There were Secret Service stationed inside the building that saw him approaching the building but wouldn't go outside to check it out. This, ladies and gentlemen, is a tragedy of justice if nothing happens to these people. This was, we all know what this was, period. God bless. Please share, subscribe, and always remember, anything's possible. Bizarro world.